Hello YouTube. So we're going to do a walkthrough for this medium difficulty room called Road. Finished it already, but thought we could showcase a walkthrough. So to start with, quickly, I'm going to start the John over here. Then we'll set up a few things. Set hosts. We'll copy the IP address. Paste that in here. Then we'll run this, allow it to do its thing. Over here, we can visit the web application. Oh, sorry. Okay, HTTP, not HTTPS. All right, so this is what it looks like. I'm going to quickly start Zap because I'm going to be using Zap to do the whole stuff. Quickly, I'm just checking my phone, sorry. Okay, just looking at my phone. Okay, so Zap is loading in the background. Legion is already finding some useful stuff. The combination of the powerful tools it's got in it. So, but on that one, we are just going to go straight to what is important. All this stuff, more or less, nothing happening there. So go straight to what is important, the merchants. Then we're going to sign up or register. Saving you time. Then I'm going to register with Ben at nomail.com. What's the strong password? Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, sorry, my Zap is up. Okay. So I'll just set up the proxy here to Zap it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be good to go. Register. Over here in Zap, you start seeing stuff. For things are pretty fine. Okay, I'm going to add this to scope and more or less remove everything else, so I can free my space. All right, so we're good. Looking at the HTTP history, you can already start seeing stuff here. Hopefully we can log in with a credential. Okay, and Zap should more or less start collecting stuff. Some stuff. Just to show you how this web app had it, you can see, except for this URL encoding happening here, clear text and cross site request forgery token, which is passed to the password. It's coming from somewhere, but basically nothing else happening there. Okay, so saving you some stress, all this bunch of stuff not working except for this reset user. So, but we're going to go grab the admin username because we need that. Over here, we can see that little note here. We'll copy this. Then we will try to change the admin credential. They change our credential, sorry, our password. Then maybe intercept that traffic. Then modify it before we ship it up. So I'll use that strong password. So that should send if all things were completed. So we go over here. I'm going to look for that post request, which is this. So I'm going to move this over and just do some modification. We can see the way it handles it. Clear text, basically nothing there. I'm going to place this with admin email. And if I forward this, you should change your admin password. Bad security around authentication. So let's forward this. Okay, great. We got that changed. Now we can go back in here and sign out, then sign in as the admin. Everybody's happy. So that admin guy with strong password should sign us in. Okay, we can also see this guy doing a lot of fun stuff in the background, showing us all the directories and using a combination of all the enhanced tools in Legion. If you've not been using Legion, I bet you want to try it out. Okay, I already see there are some comments being flagged. So what I'm going to do is I can go to command here using curl to extract the comments. We will need this to browse to our payload to actually activate it. So over here, we will upload a payload by going to that profile right here. You see that initial. It's that reverse shell contest monkey based on. So that's what we have. I'm going to throw that in here. See if we can get that in the initial shell. So initial.php. That should be it. Then we will maybe click on this to upload it. Okay, good. So now if we browse to this directory, we should be able to see if this is still running its stuff. We'll just have to wait for it. Just to buy some time, look at Zap. See, Zap is already building a whole bunch of stuff that we're doing, kind of like a pretty handy tool to play around with. If you've not checked out Zap, you should check it out. Okay, so I think this is done. Now if we go to that path where it stores the images that have been uploaded for profile, we should find this. But if I call my payload, which is initial.php, okay, before I do that, I'm going to set up a netcat list now over here. Just being lazy. You catch me doing this. I do it for anyways. I don't seem to find it there. I'll go here where I generated it and copy it 90,002. Okay. So then if I activate it, we should get a callback over here, which Python 3. Okay. Python 3 tag the imports pty spawn go for being bash. I think I'll go for bash. Initial was sh, but let's go get some bash shell. So we got a bash shell, export term xterm, just so I can use the clear functionality. I'm not going to foreground and do the other process. ID over here, we see with data. Basically, we cannot, we can only maybe go to home. Oh, sorry. Over there at home, we will find this web developer folder. If we get in that folder, we should find the user credential over there. So we will try to get into a normal user instance because we still will see data and we cannot try to elevate privilege here. I tried, it didn't work, so I'm going to save you that stress. Now to get into a normal user instance, I actually ran a command ss to view the running listening services. So I ran this command with a combination of ss TCP UDP listening ports. Then I found this port listening. So what I did was I copied this over to Google to ask Google what service is actually listening on that port. So Google told me it's MongoDB. So that gave me a hint that MongoDB is happening somewhere there. TCP. So I was typing. Okay, so let's paste this over there. I've got a little bit slow because I'm actually okay, so this told me that MongoDB is a thing. So over here quickly, I start the Mongo service without hesitating. And I used a few commands to view what is actually within that database. So first, to view all the database, show DBS shows me there's admin backup config local. I'm going to go for backup because there's basically nothing in the other. So use backup and switch to backup. So to view the content, show collections, there's a user. So now I'm going to go into the user. So we're going to use db user. We're trying to find a list of the content in that user. This should do that. Sandwiched somewhere in between, we can see this nasty credential left there for web developer user. So I'm going to exit this SSH web developer into the box. I'm going to go copy the IP address here. Okay, and paste it in here. So the credential accepts this fingerprint, and the credential is right there. Bahamas chap 123 123. Okay, so we should get our initial. Now if I do ID, I can see I'm web developer. So sudo tag L shows me L, the preload is happening somewhere there, which is what we'll be taking advantage of. If you've not actually been following, we had recorded a couple of videos for Linux privilege escalation on Windows, and we had showcased LD preload in one of them, so this user can run that. So, but to do that, we're going to bring in a little C program which we built. I'm going to have to exit this thing so I can find some space. Thank you for your time. So in here we've got this upgrade C. I think I already shipped it in. If I go to my temp, okay, will it be there? Okay, you can see it there. So what I did was I compiled it. Now I'm not going to skip that part. I will show you how I was able to compile it and also how I was able to ship it in there. So what I did was, first I used the Python server to stage it here. Python 3 tag HTTP server. So they staged it here. Then I came over here and used wget HTTP to my Tom0's IP, which is this IP. So paste that over here on port 8000. Then I went for the file upgrade.c. So this will pull it down on the remote server. I already did that, so I see it there. I'm not going to try to do it again. So maybe just call this upgrade.d. Okay, no, it's going to go for upgrade.c, but I won't do it again just to show you. Then to compile it, which was where the other part of the challenge is. So I discovered GCC was here. So I used GCC FPIC. Then I passed that over to shared and the output as upgrade.so. That's why you see upgrade.so there. Then for the file upgrade.c. Then we pass that no starts files. Okay, if you run this, it's going to upgrade it to upgrade.so. Now, once that is done, to execute it, which is where the fun part is, you have to use sudo command starting LD preload and passing that to the particular, if I can go up a bit, oh man, there's a bunch of nasty stuff happening there. Okay, so just to showcase something, after we got in sudo, okay, great. So we're going to go after like this particular backup utility program using GCC. So what we're going to do is sudo, we'll go for LD preload. Then we're going to pass that over. Now, I didn't explain what this C program is basically doing. Is if you see, we load these libraries, then we're trying to unset the current value, then set it to root, then use it to spin a root shell, basically. So pass this over to our file a file is temp upgrade.so. Then we'll pass over the program we want to start. And if all things being equal, we can spin up a root shell. ID over here, we're already root. If we go into roots, we can find the root flag and we can cut the content and everybody should be happy. There we go. All right, great. So that was just a walkthrough. Just a quick thing to mention, the advent of the cyber starts today, so we'll be showcasing some video, not all, because I think all videos will be on TryHackMe platform, so there might not even be a need for doing that. But if I find maybe there's any one that is a bit complicated, I might want to take on it and showcase how I'll be able to walk through it. Then also we'll be recording videos for AWS pen testing from scratch. I'll teach you how to build your pen test lab, then also build your attacker box, then also go through each process of looking at every services on AWS that will be pen testing. It promises to be fun, and I hope you're going to love it. Please do like and subscribe our content, and then see you next time, and have a good day.